Dear students, now we are going to solve one important problem in difference equation with initial conditions. Before going to solve difference equations, we should remember some important formulas. Here, Z transform of y of n is equal to y of z. Z transform of x of n is equal to x of z. Z transform of y of n minus 1, that is equal to z power minus 1 y of z plus y of minus 1. So here this is we have already discussed in the property of Z transform, right? So if I am going to delay the signal by 1 unit, then that y of z is multiplied with z power minus 1, the same power, plus its initial condition. So y of n minus 1 means y of minus 1. Here the capital Y represents the frequency domain signal, small y represents the time domain signal. Okay. So likewise, Z transform of y of n minus 2. Now we are going to delay the signal by 2 units. At that time, we can multiply that y of z by z power minus 2. Okay, so the Z transform value is multiplied by Z power the given delay plus the power of this Z is reduced step by step. So in the next point, it is Z power minus 1 into y of minus 1 plus y of minus 2. Here its value is 0. So it is getting reduced. Z power minus 2 minus 1, Z power 0. Z power 0 is nothing but 1. Okay, so 1 into y of minus 2. Likewise, Z transform of y of n minus 3 is equal to, here it is minus 3. So, Z power minus 3 into y of Z plus Z power minus 2 into y of minus 1 plus Z power minus 1 into y of minus 2 plus y of minus 3. You have to remember this. The first term alone is the capital Y of Z, that is frequency domain signal. The remaining values are the initial conditions in the time domain. Okay, so these formulas are used with initial condition values. Okay, so there is one more formula. If there is no initial condition, that means all the initial conditions are 0. All the initial conditions are 0 means this y of minus 1, y of minus 2, y of minus 3, all the initial conditions are 0. Then with this condition, we can write the same formula as Z transform of y of n minus 1 is equal to Z power minus 1 y of Z, because this value becomes 0 initial condition. There is no initial conditions. So likewise, Z transform of y of n minus 2 is equal to Z power minus 2 into y of Z. Z transform of y of n minus 3 is equal to Z power minus 3 into y of Z. It is very simple technique. It is going on till infinity. Okay. So and then this are the important Z transform and inverse Z transform formula. So from this x of n is the time domain signal. From this time domain signal, we can obtain the frequency domain signal. Using inverse Z transform, we can obtain the time domain signal from this frequency domain signal, right? So if x of n is equal to del of n means its Z transform value is 1. That is Z transform of del of n is equal to 1. Okay, if I am going to take the inverse Z transform for this one, that is inverse Z transform of 1 is nothing but del of n. The same thing, Z transform of del of n minus m is equal to Z power minus m. If I am going to take the inverse Z transform for this value, it will give del of n minus 1 in the reverse order. It gives like this, it takes like this. Okay. Likewise, u of n, Z transform of u of n is equal to 1 by 1 minus Z power minus 1. This can be written as this Z power minus 1 is nothing but 1 by Z, right? So we can take the LCM Z minus 1 and then move this Z to the numerator. So this is nothing but Z by Z minus 1. Both are same. So Z transform of u of n is equal to 1 by 1 minus Z inverse or Z by Z minus 1. If I am going to take the inverse Z transform for this value, that gives u of n. This value is widely used, these two values, okay, in difference equations. So likewise, a power n into u of n, that is equal to 1 by 1 minus a Z inverse. So if u of n is multiplied with a power n means this z inverse is multiplied with a. So this can be written as z divided by z minus a. Okay, this is also very important problem. Sorry, formula. You can remember this. Z transform of a power n u of n is equal to z divided by z minus a, or 1 by 1 minus a z inverse. So if I am going to take the inverse z transform for this, I can get back a power n u of n. The given problem is to find the output y of n of a LTI dt system given as y of n minus 3 by 2 y of n minus 1 plus 1 by 2 y of n minus 2 is equal to 2 into x of n plus 3 by 2 x of n minus 1. When the initial conditions are y of minus 1 is equal to 0, y of minus 2 is equal to 1 and x of n is equal to 1 by 4 the whole power n into u of n. So x of n is nothing but the input signal. So this is the given difference equation. So from this difference equation we are going to find out the actual output y of n alone. Okay. So in the solution part, first we are going to write down the given data. What are the given data? The difference equation and the initial conditions and the input signal. So this all are the given data, right? So we have to write down the given data first, and the next step is to take Z transform on both sides of the given difference equation. So that is the very first step and important one. So here we are going to take Z transform on both sides. So Z transform of y of n, Z transform of 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is a constant, so we can take it outside. Minus 3 by 2 Z transform of y of n minus 1 plus 1 by 2 Z transform of y of n minus 2, that is equal to 2 into Z transform of x of n plus 3 by 2 Z transform of x of n minus 1. So in the next step, we know that the Z transform of y of n is nothing but y of z. Correct? So Z transform of y of n minus 1. As we have already discussed in the formula. So here the y of n minus 1 is replaced as here 1 unit delay. So Z power minus 1 is y of z plus y of minus 1. That is the initial condition. Okay. Plus 1 by 2 into here y of z transform of y of n minus 2 is replaced like this. So here 2 units delayed. So we can write like this: z power minus 2 y of z plus z power minus 1 y of minus 1 plus y of minus 2. That is equal to, in the right hand side we can write, so 2 into z transform of x of n is x of z plus 3 by 2 Z transform of x of n minus 1 is nothing but in Z inverse into x of z plus x of minus 1. Okay. So this is what the complete Z transform of this given difference equation. Is that okay? So the next step, after finding out the Z transform, that is the first step, the next step we are going to apply the initial values, because in the problem itself they have given the initial values. Y of minus 1 is equal to 0, y of minus 2 is equal to 1. And here in the problem they haven't given the initial value of x of n, right? So if they haven't given that initial values, we have to assume that is equal to 0. So we can say x of minus 1 is equal to 0. So substitute these values in this equation. So y of z as such, and next minus 3 by 2 z power minus 1 y of z plus y of minus 1 value is 0 plus 1 by 2 z power minus 2 y of z as such we have to write down plus z power minus 1 y of minus 1 value is equal to 0 plus y of minus 2 value is 1. So we can replace the initial values with the given values is equal to 2 into x of z plus 3 by 2. Here that x of minus 1 is 0, right? So we can make it as make that as 0, and z power minus 1 into x of z. Do you all understand this? We are going to substitute the initial values in the z transformed signal. After that, simplify this. So y of z minus 3 by 2 z inverse y of z, this is 0. So we can leave it as such. And multiply this 1 by 2 into this value as well as with this value. So this term becomes 0. Z power minus 1 into 0 is 0 obviously. So 1 by 2 z power minus 2 into y of z. This 1 by 2 is multiplied with this 1. So plus 1 by 2. That is equal to 2x of z plus 3 by 2 z inverse into x of z. Is that okay? So next, in this left hand side, these three terms are having y of z as a common. So we can take y of z as a common one from these three terms. So y of z of this term becomes 1 minus 3 by 2 z power minus 1 plus 1 by 2 z power minus 2. Okay, we have taken this y of z outside as a common one. Plus 1 by 2 is there, we can write as such. It is simply a constant value, we can write like that. And this right hand side, these two terms are having x of z. So we can take this x of z as a common one. So we can write x of z of this 2 plus 3 by 2 z power minus 1. Okay. So in the next step, what we are going to do? We are going to move this constant value into this right hand side because we want to find out the value of y of z. We want to keep that y of z alone in the left hand side. So first we are going to move this 1 by 2 to this right hand side. So it becomes minus 1 by 2. So y of z into 1 minus 3 by 2 z power minus 1 plus 1 by 2 z power minus 2, that is equal to minus 1 by 2 plus x of z of 2 plus 3 by 2 z power minus 1. We have to keep this equation as first equation. It is very important one. So after finding out all these things, we are going to find out the value of x of z. So what is the given value? X of n is equal to 1 by 4 the whole power n into u of n. This is n, okay. So x of n is equal to 1 by 4 the whole power n, u of n. So if I am going to take the z transform for this, it becomes x of z is equal to 1 by 1 minus 1 by 4 into z power minus 1. We know that z transform of a power n u of n is equal to what? 1 divided by 1 minus a into z power minus 1. This is the formula. We have already derived it, right? This is the formula. So this x of n looks like this. Instead of a, we are having 1 by 4. So we can write this is the x of z value. So now we are going to substitute this x of z value in this first equation. So we can write substitute 2 in 1. So this first equation becomes y of z into 1 minus 3 by 2 z power minus 1 plus 1 by 2 z power minus 2, that is equal to minus 1 by 2 plus this x of z becomes 1 divided by 1 minus 1 by 4 z power minus 1 into 2 plus 3 by 2 z inverse. Okay. So that is the next step. After this, we are going to move this expression from this left hand side to this right hand side. Okay, so now we will be having only the y of z in the left hand side. So we can write y of z is equal to minus 1 by 2 is a separate term. It is a separate term. This is a separate term. So we can make sure that, so this is going to right hand side as a denominator for these two terms. So minus 1 by 2 divided by, there is no value, okay, this expression plus this value, okay, this is already in the denominator. We can consider like this. So this numerator we are having only 2 plus 3 by 2 z inverse. It is 1 divided by this. So it is already in the denominator. We can write that denominator value as such 1 minus 1 by 4 z inverse into this expression. So now the y of z is equal to what? Minus 1 by 2 divided by 1 minus 3 by 2 z power minus 1 plus 1 by 2 z power minus 2 plus 2 plus 3 by 2 z power minus 1 divided by these two terms. Okay. So next we are going to convert this z power minus power into z power plus powers. So how do we change it? Okay. So for that we are going to find out the largest power. We are going to find out the largest power in the denominator or in the numerator, whatever it may be. So in this part, the maximum power is what? Z power minus 2. So what we are going to do in the next step, we are going to multiply the numerator by z power 2 and denominator by z power plus 2. So come to this part. Okay, so in this part, the largest value is what? Not z power minus 2, because there is one more part value is here. 1 minus 1 by 4 is z power minus 1. If I am going to multiply this value with each term inside, so this term becomes what? Z power minus 3, right? So here the highest power is z power minus 3. So what we are going to do? We are going to multiply and divide by z power 3 for this part. Okay. So now we can get in this portion, this value becomes minus 1 by 2 z squared divided by this 1 into z squared is z squared minus 3 by 2 z power minus 1 into z power 2 plus 1 by 2 z power minus 2 into z power plus 2 plus this side. This value is multiplied by z power 3. In the denominator side, what we are going to do? We are going to segregate this z power 3 is nothing but z into z squared, because we are going to multiply z with this term and z squared with this term. So here z, that is 1 into z minus 1 by 4 z power minus 1 into z into 1 into z squared minus 3 by 2 z power minus 1 into z power 2 plus 1 by 2 z power minus 2 into z power plus 2. Is that okay? So now we can get like this: minus 1 by 2 z square divided by z power 2 minus 3 by 2. Powers we are going to add. So 2 minus 1 plus 1. So z power plus 1 is nothing but z plus z power minus 2 into z power plus 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. So z power 0 is 1. So 1 by 2 into 1. So plus this side we are going to multiply inside this. So we can get z power 2 into z cube. We are multiplying with this term. 2 into z cube plus 3 by 2 z power minus 1 into z power plus 3. So 3 minus 1 plus 2. In the denominator we can get z minus 1 by 4 z squared minus 3 by 2 z plus 1 by 2. So consider this as third equation. It is very important equation. You have to remember this is the third equation. So we can consider this is the entirely separate portion. This is the entirely separate portion. Together we cannot solve. Correct? It is a lengthy process. For further simplification, what we are going to do means we are going to consider this term as y1 of z, this term as y2 of z. So y of z is equal to y1 of z plus y2 of z. Okay. So next we want to find out y of n. So y of n is equal to y1 of n plus y2 of n. So we need to find out the y1 of z, and from this y1 of z we are going to find out y1 of n, and then y2 of z. From this y2 of z we are going to find out y2 of n, and then add these two values to get the final total output response y of n. Okay, so now we are going to take this y1 of z and solve this, and next we are going to take this y2 of z and solve this, and finally we are going to substitute all these values into this third equation. So now we are going to consider only the y1 of z. From this y1 of z we are going to get y1 of n. Okay, so first write down y1 of z is equal to minus 1 by 2 z power 2 divided by z power 2 minus 3 by 2 z plus 1 by 2. Okay, so this is y1 of z. So next we are going to obtain the root value for this denominator. So here this value is 1 by 2 and this value is minus 3 by 2. If we are going to add two values, we should get minus 3 by 2. If we are going to multiply the same values, we should get 1 by 2. So for that, the root values are minus 1 minus 1 by 2. So multiplying these two values plus 1 by 2, adding these two values, we will get minus 3 by 2. So this equation can be written like this. So minus 1 by 2 z power 2 z minus 1 into z minus 1 by 2. Okay. So in the next step, again we are going to use partial differential method. But before going to that, we know that z value should be transformed from that numerator, right hand side numerator, to the left hand side denominator. Okay. So this is for the last inverse z transform, there we can use. So y1 of z divided by z. Z squared is nothing but z into z. So one of the z is moving towards this left hand side. So y1 of z divided by z is equal to minus 1 by 2 z divided by z minus 1 into z minus 1 by 2. That is equal to a divided by z minus 1 plus b divided by z minus 1 by 2. Since we are having only two roots. Okay, consider this as the sum equation like a. So now we are going to find out the LCM value, means we are going to cross multiply this value. A is multiplied by z minus 1 by 2, b is multiplied with z minus 1. That numerator value is equal to the numerator value in the left hand side. So minus 1 by 2 z is equal to a z minus 1 by 2 plus b into z minus 1. So from this expression we are going to obtain the values of a and b. If I want to find out the value of a, I have to make this b as 0. So whenever I can put z is equal to 1, 1 minus 1, 0. So let assume z is equal to 1. So here we have to substitute these values in this equation. So 1 minus 1 by 2 into 1 is equal to a into 1 minus 1 by 2 plus b into 1 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is nothing but 0. So b of 0 here. So from this we can get 1 minus 1 by 2 is nothing but plus 1 by 2. A into plus 1 by 2, that is equal to minus 1 by 2. So here a is equal to, from this we can obtain a is equal to minus 1 by 2. This 1 by 2 goes to this side in the reverse order. Okay, in the reciprocal form. So minus 1 by 2 into 2 by 1. So here we can cancel this 2 and 2. We can get a is equal to minus 1. Okay, so likewise next we are going to find out the value of b. So find the value of b means here 1 by 2. So minus 1 by 2 into z value in this equation, z is equal to 1 by 2 equal to a into 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 plus b into 1 by 2 minus 1. Okay, so this value becomes 0. So now we can get b of 1 by 2 minus 1 is nothing but minus 1 by 2, correct? So minus 1 by 2. So b is equal to, we have to move this term to this side. So minus 1 by 4 is already there into minus 2 by 1. So 2 by 4 is nothing but 1 by 2. Minus into minus plus. So we can get b is equal to plus 1 by 2. So after getting the values of a and b, we have to substitute those values in that equation. Y1 of z by z is equal to minus 1 divided by z minus 1 plus 1 by 2 divided by z minus 1 by 2. Okay. So in the last step, before taking that inverse z transform, we have to move this z to this right hand side. So this z is common for both the terms. So y1 of z is equal to minus z divided by z minus 1 plus 1 by 2 z divided by z minus 1 by 2. So then we are going to take the inverse z transform on both sides, because it is y1 of z, we want to get y1 of n. For that we have to take inverse z transform on both sides. So inverse z transform is z inverse. This is not that formula. This is not that expression given in the problem. It is inverse z transform. Okay, inverse z transform of y1 of z is equal to minus inverse z transform of z divided by z minus 1 plus 1 by 2 inverse z transform of z by z minus 2. As we all know that the inverse z transform of z divided by z minus 1 is nothing but u of n. Likewise, inverse Z transform of Z divided by Z minus 1 by 2 is nothing but it is in the same order. Z divided by Z minus A. If I am going to take the inverse Z transform, that is nothing but A power n into U of n. So here A, instead of A we are having 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 is already there, 1 by 2, and then here A is 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 the whole power n U of n. So this is the fourth equation. Okay. So y1 of n is equal to minus U of n plus 1 by 2 of 1 by 2 the whole power n U of n. This is fourth equation. Solution of y1 of z. So likewise we are going to obtain y2 of z. Okay. So here y2 of z, from this we are going to get y2 of n. So y2 of z is equal to what? 2z power 3 plus 3 by 2 z power 2 divided by z minus 1 by 4 into z minus 1 into z minus 1 by 2. So from this we are going to take one of the z to this left hand side. So z is common for both the terms. So one of the z from these two terms we can take it outside. So y2 of z divided by z is equal to 2z squared. 1z goes there, right? Plus 3 by 2 z. Okay. So because this term can be written like this. Into z. This z goes to that side. So divided by this. Again we are going to use the partial fraction method. So a by z minus 1 by 4 plus b by z minus 1 plus c by z minus 1 by 2. So next one is y2 of z. So here y2 of z by z is equal to a by plus b by plus c by, like this. Again we are going to take the LCM and equate the numerator alone. So this a is multiplied with z minus 1 and z minus 1 by 2 other two terms denominator value. Likewise b is multiplied with another two terms except b, and c is multiplied with z minus 1 by 4 into z minus 1. Okay. So then we have to equate the numerator value like this. So first we are going to find out the value of c and then b and then a. So let assume z is equal to 1 by 2. Any one of the values you can assume as first. Okay. Either we can say z is equal to 1 or z is equal to 1 by 2 or z is equal to 1 by 4. So here I assume z is equal to 1 by 2. So here in this expression, everywhere we are going to use this expression alone. So z is equal to 1 by 2 means this becomes z into 1 by 2 the whole square plus 3 by 2 into 1 by 2, that is equal to a into 1 by 2 minus 1 into 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. Correct. So this term becomes 0. A term, the whole a term becomes 0. And likewise b into 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4 into 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2, this term becomes 0. So the whole b term becomes 0. And c, this side, 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4 into 1 by 2 minus 1. Okay, so from this we are going to get the c value. So here it becomes 2 divided by 4. This 1 by 2 square is nothing but 1 by 4. So 2 divided by 4 is nothing but 1 by 2 plus 3 by 4. That is equal to c into 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4 is nothing but plus 1 by 4. 1 by 2 minus 1 is minus 1 by 2. So taking the LCM here again, you will get 5 by 4 is equal to c into minus 1 by 8. Multiply these two terms, we can get c into 1 minus 1 by 8. Next we have to move this term to this left hand side. We will get like this, c is equal to 5 by 4 into minus 8 by 1. It goes like reciprocal value. Okay, so here we can get 4, 1 4 is 4, 8 4, 2 4s are 8. So we can get minus 10. C is equal to what? Minus 10. So next, likewise, we can substitute the value of z is equal to 1 in the same expression. Z is equal to 1 means we can get the value of b. In the same procedure, we can get the value of b, that b is equal to 28 by 3. And then finally, we are going to substitute the value z is equal to 1 by 4. So substitute this 1 by 4 in the same expression. We will get the values like this. So here a is equal to 8 by 3. Okay, so this is how we can find out the values of a, b and c. So after finding out the values of a, b and c, we are going to substitute these values in this expression. So y2 of z divided by z is equal to a is 8 by 3 divided by z minus 1 by 4 plus b is 28 by 3 divided by z minus 1 plus c is nothing but minus 10 divided by z minus 1 by 2. So the next step is what? We are moving this z to this right hand side. So it is common for all the terms. So we can write y2 of z is equal to 8 by 3 is a constant and we can take it outside for our reference, and this z divided by z minus 1 by 4 plus 28 by 3 z divided by z minus 1 minus 10 into z divided by z minus 1 by 2. Okay, after substituting this z value, we have to take the inverse z transform on both sides. So inverse z transform of y2 of z is equal to 8 by 3 inverse z transform of z by z minus 1 by 4 plus 28 by 3 inverse z transform of z by z minus 1 minus 10 inverse z transform of z by z minus 1 by 2. So we can get this as y2 of n. Inverse z transform of y2 of z is y2 of n. Here it is 8 by 3, 1 by 4 the whole power n u of n plus 28 by 3 z divided by z minus 1 is what? U of n minus 10. Here 1 by 2 is there, right? Z by z minus a. A is nothing but 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 the whole power n u of n. Consider this as the fifth equation. So now we are going to, this is the fourth equation we have already derived, right? So we are going to substitute this fourth equation and fifth equation in our third equation. So what is our third equation? Y of n. The total response is equal to y of n plus y2 of n. So here y of n value is what? Minus u of n plus 1 by 2 of 1 by 2 the whole power n u of n plus y2 of n values are given like this, right? 8 by 3, 1 by 4 the whole power n u of n plus 28 by 3 u of n minus 10, 1 by 2 the whole power n into u of n. Okay, and after this, we are going to group the similar elements. Here it is minus u of n is there. This is minus u of n is there. Here 28 by 3 u of n is there. So from these two terms, we can take that u of n outside. So as a constant, as a common. Okay, so 28 by 3 minus 1 into u of n. And next, okay, we have to take these two terms, u of n and another u of n is 1 by 2 the whole power n is there, 1 by 2 the whole power n is there, right? So 1 by 2 whole power n into u of n is common, and the remaining term is what? 1 by 2 minus 10. So 1 by 2 minus 10. Next plus 8 by 3, 1 by 4 the whole power n u of n as such. Then 28 by 3 minus 1 is nothing but 25 by 3 u of n, and 1 by 2 minus 10 is nothing but what? 19 by 2. Okay, we can take that LCM means 1 minus 20 divided by 2. So it is minus 19 by 2. That's why we put minus here into 1 by 2 the whole power n u of n, 8 by 3, 1 by 4 the whole power n u of n as such. So this is the final answer for this given problem. So it is very important big question in signals and systems.